Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
How's everyone doing? It's good to see everyone.
Oh, hi! What is the energy?
It's exciting. I mean, the US is going to be able to see your amazing show. Like, it's going to be premiering on Hulu. Like, this is crazy, right?
Oh my God!
Absolutely mad, yeah.
This guy,
We like it.
It's so crazy, and I do want to talk because Daisy, the show is so chaotic. There's so much kind of happening. It's one of those kind of hashtag phones down shows because if you don't pay attention, I feel like you're gonna kind of miss something and everything. What can you tell me about the genre bending component of this show, where you're not kind of afraid to throw the genre away? I feel like there's everything in here. There's comedy, there's drama, there's thriller. Like, what do you think about that, Daisy?
what we would say, we wanted to create something that was really character driven, and real life is genre bending. So why not just if you're invested in the characters, I think we're allowed to tell you on a journey through those different genres.
Absolutely. Selin, do you feel like it just, because it sounds like you were discussing this a little bit, but I feel like genre bending now is kind of this like big trend, and maybe some people kind of want to make it predetermined, but I feel like some of my favorite movies from like the 2000s, like I don't think someone woke up and was like, I want to make a vampire comedy horror thriller. Like, I think, like, do you feel like there is kind of a little bit more planning?
So many times and had that thought where I want to make a vampire. No, I think that Daisy's right. It was so much about the characters, and it was so kind of informed by like what we were going through at the time. We'd known each other for years and years, but we really reconnected during the pandemic, and which was a kind of genre-bending lifetime to live through. So I think that a lot of it just came down to like what we thought was truthful and what we thought these characters, how they would react. And you know, audiences have seen so much. They're so sophisticated nowadays. People have watched so much, they've read so much. And I think it was, how can we do something that just feels fresh and feels like something we would want to watch? You know, something that we are interested in, and hopefully like people would connect with that. So I think it was like not having that thing, like you say, like waking up and going, okay, big some genre bending today, but like just kind of going, let's not be constrained by any rules. Let's just see where it feels right to go, and let's just go there and see.
I feel to kind of add to that, Daisy, you can chime in here. I just feel like these characters are so dynamic that naturally the show is going to be genre bending because the characters are so kind of complex and dynamic. Do you know what I mean by that, Daisy?
Oh God, yeah, but that's just me. I think I'm just completely nuts. Like, that's just how I live my life on a normal basis.
Basically a documentary, you know. It's yeah.
Like borderline personality. I'm crying one minute, then laughing the next.
But I do think that is. I mean, that's what my life is like. Maybe.
And then screaming.
I mean, I think people like things that are. I think people like things that are real. I think people like things that hit hard, like this show does. You're laughing, you blink, you might be crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those. Like, both of you are over here being like, "Thank you." That's the point. Which is really awesome. It's exciting though. I mentioned in the top of this interview, Selin. I mean, you know, pockets of people, you know, in the UK got to see this show. Now people in the States are going to be able to see this premiering April 11th on Hulu. It's exciting. What's that like for you, being able to kind of have it disseminated again to a masses when it already was out in certain areas in the UK?
I think it feels sort of like some kind of fever dream. It doesn't feel quite real. It's so exciting, and we feel so lucky, and we're just excited to see what people think. One of our favorite things to do is if people like talk to us and they say that they watch the show or they like the show, we love saying to them, like, what are your theories?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think is going on? Because that was a big part of like getting into this kind of thriller kind of vibe, is kind of wanting people's impressions and wanting to know what they feel. So that feels exciting, that we could have a whole new wave of like theories as to what's actually going on, and you know, where's the cat, who's Jen, what's really happening, you know, all of this kind of stuff is really exciting for us. So we feel incredibly excited and very lucky.
Yeah,
for sure.
Daisy, do you feel like, kind of add to that a little bit too, the theories and everything, the quickness of the fans is something that I'm realizing. The new age of fans now is they're they have a lot of theories, but I feel like they happen so quick. Like this is going to show up on Hulu on the 11th, and that weekend that it drops, all these theories quickly are going to come out. You're going to be like, I haven't had a chance to plan my week. And you're kind of figuring out theories. Like it's pretty quick. Like, I'm just curious, did you notice that for the UK release of this as well? Like, people are quick.
I tell you what was really fun, actually, was we did get a lot of theories that did happen really quickly because people could just download it and watch it. But it was going on the forums, wasn't it, in spying? And that's what we've been doing because they've been predicting what might happen for series 2. Yeah. So we're like, well, we can't write that because Gloria from London thinks that's going to happen. So it's been actually really helpful. Some people are just writing it for us. We're just stealing their ideas.
Well, I will say something. This is a show that you got to go in and watch it fresh. Like you shouldn't know much about it. I feel like you enjoyed it. Don't even watch the trailer. If you want to watch trailer, maybe. But like, that's why I'm kind of like, we're having this very fun conversation and I want people to be intrigued enough to be like, wow, like, okay, like genre bending, like I'm in and go watch it and then have their minds blown. I think that's kind of what we're doing here. And no, I'm really excited for people to see Am I Being Unreasonable? April 11th on Hulu. Daisy, Selin, so great chatting with you both. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Lovely to meet you virtually.
Absolutely. All the best with everything and all the best with the release on Hulu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.